You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go!
15 minutes of fame radio.
We're now stepping into 15 Minutes of Fame Radio. Yeah.
That's my motherfucking jam right there.
Can you look at the battle rap as like the music industry now?
I mean, I think that what it comes down to is that every industry and every business can always be boiled down to very basic principles, right? Supply, demand, monetization, marketing, you know what I mean? Visibility. There are certain things that have to happen, and we're very emotional and passionate when it's art that we're dealing with and we're not selling a toy or a product that we don't care about. So that's what makes it difficult. And I think the ignorance, and ignorance doesn't have to be such a dirty word that we make it be. Like, ignorance can just literally be lack of knowledge. I didn't know that. You know what I mean? And so
It's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. It's just about, I think we need to take the initiative to educate ourselves and seek more knowledge. And I'm definitely somebody who wants to share knowledge and also learn more. And I think that the sentiment of figuring out how to further monetize battle rap in a way that makes everybody feel fairly compensated and maximizes the money we can make.
Whose job is that? Is it the battle rapper's job or is it the league's job?
I mean, right now the way it's set up, it's the league's job. But I think there's a conversation that's happening in both directions, because we also have a big topic going on now about battle rappers promoting, which to me is yet again just talking about this being a young industry that's constantly changing. Like, I don't come from an era where that was my job. And the record industry used to be artist development, just be great in a studio, hit the gym, look good, get yourself dressing right. And we're gonna market and promo and do all this stuff. And now the industry has shifted where you have to learn how to market yourself. And now even in battle rap, it's like it went from, this is the thing, right? Is I think that realistically, what we're signing up for is work for hire. So technically, a work for hire is like, it's a contractor. It's like, I want you to build this balcony on my house. I want you to just design it creatively and build it, but I'm hiring you to do it. And then I own it. And it's not like you own the royalties on the blueprints to this. Like, in fact, I want to buy the blueprints so I could sell these to another contractor to build a house just like mine.
Right.
And I'm going to pay you enough money up front so you don't have to hustle and monetize it. But I'm taking the risk because I'm spending the money first, but I stand to make bigger reward based on my hustle, which is what makes sense. If I'm doing a work for hire where you're paying me X amount of money to create and show up, and I don't have any risk, like I'm risking my career. Ooh, wait for this. I was smacking Beasley in the truck. They didn't want us to talk about this. T-Top and Hitman were riding in the back. I think
They gonna clown you on that.
they
I'm
think
leaving that in there.
they think that, like, I think that, like, so it's a work for hire, right? It's a flat fee that you're getting paid, and we're risking our career, and there is risk there. But from a business perspective, there's not financial risk that we're taking. We're saying, I'm going to do X amount of work for X amount of dollars that are guaranteed, and all I have to do is show up and be creative. All I have to do is build the house. All I have to do is the blueprints, and then you live in the home, right? It's your job to make, or it's your job to sell these houses, right? If I'm a real estate developer, I might hire you to make the most beautiful creative architecture in the world, but then I'm gonna rent it out, and then I'm gonna sell it, and then I'm gonna copy it, and all this shit, and you got nothing to do with that. So right now, the structure that we're dealing with is that we are spared the need to hustle and monetize, but we don't get, so we're spared the financial risk, but we're also left out of the potential extra reward. And I think that it's a little unfair to push more promo on battle rappers if we're not also being looped into the back end. That's the piece that I think is like kind of on point and makes sense from a model, like, because that's literally a recurring business model. Whether, you know what I mean? It's like work for hire is you do the work, I take the work, and I go hustle with the work. You know what I'm saying? Right. I paid you and we're done. That's work for hire. But ownership
That makes a lot of sense.
and yeah, it's a real thing that happens in every industry. So if we want to change the model, and I think a lot of battle rappers might get paid less too.
Well, here's that question about changing the model.
Yeah.
Like these guys that are not happy with the amount of money that they're getting paid, and then they're questioning what the league is making against what they're getting paid. We all know that as grown men, if I say, I'm giving you $5,000 to battle, you know, whether I make 4, 6, 8, 9, $20 million, it's none of your business, because we made an.
Unless I made it my business before I accepted the agreement, then it's not my business now.
That's the question.
It's just curiosity, but from a technical standpoint, you fucked up, you know, or you didn't do your due diligence. Like that. That's the whole thing. Is you have to come to negotiations in an educated way, and you might want to expect that somebody is going to run business the way they might run a friendship with you, but it's just not like that, and we can't get mad about that. You might even be like, you know what? I think Smack and Beasley are kind of grimy businessmen, and I'd be more of a altruistic businessman. But that's fine if that's how you want to assess it, but they are businessmen, and you have to respect the way they choose to run their business. That's just what it is. Like, and the sooner that we accept that and take responsibility for our engagement with it, and boss up on them, you know, come to the table and negotiate. I'm totally with that. But I also just want it to be rooted in the reality of business principles that are real. You know what I mean?
I think that's what was missing. Maybe everybody should have sat at the table first.
Yeah.
And then had that whatever discussion. I see a lot of stuff going on Twitter. Like, you can't conduct business on Twitter.
No.
You can't express your anger about bad business on Twitter.
Or on Angry Fan, you know? It's not a shot at Angry Fan, but it's just like, I think it's good to get a conversation going. I don't want to.
On my camera.
Yeah,
if it's bad business, then at least have the sit down, right?
Yeah.
And then when that doesn't go wrong, then you could come and get on my camera and tell me I tried to do.
It didn't go wrong. Yeah, it didn't go right. Yeah.
But I just think social media fucks up a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
People
and emotions and honestly, like I said this on Twitter, like in America, I think globally, but definitely in America, we really like binary issues, Democrat or Republican. Right or wrong.
Right.
Hillary Clinton is a hero or she's a fucking criminal, lock her up.
Right.
Not like, yeah, she's a politician, so she's got some dirt, but she's been on the right side of a bunch of issues. You know what I mean? Like, it's just this or that. Very simple, chunky, easily digestible paradigms that are opposite and pitted against each other. And so we do really well with, yo, no doubt I got you agreement, or you know what, matter of fact, fuck you, B. Yo, out my face. Like, we don't do well with, yo, you know what, I don't really agree with that. You know what, I don't really like the way you said that to me, and I would appreciate you speaking in a different tone, right? We do really well with complete agreement and complete disagreement. So we don't understand nuance of how
on and off.
Yeah, on and off. We don't know how to disagree productively. So I think the idea of coming to a table and having those discussions is kind of scary. You know what I mean? Even though everybody's super gangster street with 100 guns, like, human interaction is kind of scary for people. You know what I'm saying? So just saying, hey, Smack, hey, Beasley, like, you know, I'm not totally happy with the way my compensation is structured. That's a hard thing for most people to say, because all they know is, no doubt, good looking out, son, or or what they did, which was, yo, we banded together secretly and didn't even communicate to you. And I'm not saying that to shit on them. I'm saying that to identify the things that are behind it, so we can take the energy and the sentiment and just make it a little bit more productive.
You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go!
15 minutes of fame radio. We're now stepping into 15 minutes of fame radio.